This is PWME and LKVIP video podcast. LK here with another edition of Wrestlemania 32 match previews. I've been assigned the last two matches we haven't covered yet, which is Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose and Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker inside a Hell in a Cell. And the match I'm going to do first is the Hell in a Cell match between Shane McMahon and The Undertaker. Now, there's been lots of speculation online. When I mean online, I mean on the Twitter machine, at least from what I've seen. And that's people thinking that Roman Reigns versus Triple H is going to main event. I'm going to prove you wrong, and I'm going to say and tell you right here, right now, that The Undertaker versus Shane McMahon will main event. And people have been saying, hey, look, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship should be the main event on WrestleMania. Now, normally I agree with you. However, the company that produces the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the company that produces WrestleMania, that is on the line. And I think that should be the main event, because if Shane McMahon wins this match, he becomes the owner of the company as such, because he gets control of Monday Night Raw. And he also stated that the authority will be fired. So think about this, okay? So say you do have Shane McMahon and The Undertaker go on before Triple H versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And then you say Shane wins. What's the point of Triple H going out there? Because if he loses, he's fired. If he wins, he's fired. He's clearly said he's fired. What's the point? You're going to go out there and get beaten by an angry Samoan? Or no? What's the point? Fuck it. There would actually be no point of the main event. Because if Reigns wins, they become world champion. If Triple H wins, then the title becomes vacated the next day because he's going to get fired. So looking at it from a kayfabe point of view, it doesn't make sense, because why would Triple H go out there knowing he's going to get fired? And it's not like Triple H wants to get his hands on Roman Reigns. It's not. Roman Reigns wants to get his hands on Triple H, as we talked about very longly in the preview for that specific match. So go back and make sure you go back and check all the match previews we've done. We previewed every single match here on the KocoSports and PWME YouTube channels, and like, comment, and subscribe. But anyway, I digress. Back to the original point of this will be the main event. This Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. I'm not going to talk about Triple H Roman Reigns no more, because I've already talked about that into an extended amount on either my VIP channel or on the preview of that specific match, which only went an hour, which is absolutely ludicrous and ridiculous. But anyhow, I honestly think this could be a great match if a story is being told, and there's so many ways how they could book this. There's so many ways they could book this, but looking at it as just a fan, just looking at this as a fan, not as an analyst or a guy who's got to break this down, just looking at it as a pure fan. If Shane McMahon wins, I'm sad, because then The Undertaker has to retire. But if Undertaker wins, I'm going to be sad, because I don't want the authority and power anymore. I want change. So in theory, this is a match where whoever wins, the fans don't. Like, if you get what I'm saying, it's going to be hard to attach yourself to one of the two, because when there's going to be a cover, you're going to be like, oh yes, Shane could win. Oh no, I don't want Shane to win, because I don't want Undertaker to retire. Like, it's been booked so half-assed, that it's not been booked half-assed per se. It's been booked as a clusterfuck. It just doesn't make sense to me how, you could head into a match where on Monday Night Raw, the go-home show, they're cheering for Shane McMahon, but also cheering for The Undertaker. So at WrestleMania, who are they going to cheer for? Because they're going to cheer for Shane McMahon because they like Shane McMahon, and they haven't seen him wrestling in 7 years. But at the same point of time, they're going to cheer The Undertaker because it's in Dallas, Texas, which is his home state. And also, it's the fucking Undertaker. He's a legend. And so I think that's going to be the main event, and I think it's very strange the way how it's a double babyface match. Unlike Roman Reigns and Triple H, which is a complete clusterfuck, which is, half face, half heel, half face, half heel, this is both faces, where whoever wins could in theory get booed. Shane McMahon could get booed for ending Undertaker's career. Undertaker could get booed for ending Shane. The only way I can see this coming out on any way, shape or form is, Vince gets inside the cell. And I know it's funny how we're booking and talking about this as if someone could get inside a cell. It's a fucking cell, but just for instance, for argument's sake, it happens. Vince gets in the cell, and then Taker's beating to his son Shane is just too much, and he gets involved. He kicks Undertaker in the dick, and then Taker just turns around, goes to chokeslam Vince. Shane rolls him up, pulls his little trouser gimmick with the belt, gets the win, and they both get absolutely battered after. Taker then stands tall, and then he does his farewell. Nice seeing you, Taker. Catch your ass down the line. Thank you for all you've done. And then you can do Shane and Vince versus Triple H and Stephanie. And you can say this was Vince and Shane's plan the whole time. Next night we can come out and say, look, this was our plan. We hatched this from the get-go, because if you didn't realise, Vince is trying to get the authority out of power for a very long time. Remember back at Survivor Series 2014? Who's the man who put the stipulation on, if the Authority lose, they are gone? It's Vince. Vince wants the Authority out because it's his company and he feels he should have it. And he wants to give it down to his son, Shane McMahon. And I think that could be a good swerve. And it could be very interesting. But then again, that's the last you see of the Taker. And Taker then loses at WrestleMania again. And I do not like the aspect and even the idea of Taker losing to a non-wrestler and a 47-year-old in Shane McMahon. Okay, I can understand and respect losing to Brock Lesnar. The guy's a fucking animal. The guy's a beast. But losing to Shane McMahon, a non-wrestler, is kind of ludicrous in my opinion. But in the same time, if it makes for a good story and compelling television shows, being Monday Night Raw for the next few weeks, that could be great. But then at the same time, you could have Taker win, and then you could have, Shane fired from and not allowed to come back. Then you could have an emotional farewell for Shane the next night on Raw. Or I have no fucking clue. Or you could have Shane win by cheating, or you could have Shane win by, just falling on Taker. I just don't see a way how you can book this without hurting one or the other. As in, looking at it, Shane wins, Taker retires, Taker wins, Shane's gone. And doesn't change anything. And the funny thing is, Shane McMahon's been bashing the product, saying, look, shit, it needs change. And that means the fans are watching this going, yeah, it needs change. Which means when Taker wins, people are going to be like, oh, that means I'm not going to get change. Oh, that means a shitty WWE. Oh, shall I continue to watch? Whereas if Shane gets the win and they're like, yeah, the shitty product can change, I'm going to continue to watch because hopefully it changes. So looking at it from that point of view, I think they're going to have Shane win. Prediction, bold prediction right here. I know this isn't a prediction show, this is a preview show, but my prediction is Shane McMahon will get the win here. And it's going to upset me because I don't want Taker to be 22-2. The streak's already been beaten, and if you realise they don't really talk about that on television, at least on Monday Night Raw anyway, they've been barely talking about the streak at all because they don't want to bring it up, because Shane's winning. Could be that, or it could be something else, or the commentators are just so bad they just don't bring it up. But anyway, I think it's going to be a good match. I think it won't be the best wrestling clinic. It won't be a wrestling clinic. It won't be the best wrestling match on the show. But they're going to go out there. They're going to tell a story. There's been rumours that there's a big stunt plan, so you got that to look forward to. I'm not usually a guy who's like a big spot fest fan. But if you're going to do a spot at WrestleMania, I want it to be during this match. I want it to be during this match, and I want the stunt to be during this match. And Hell in a Cell is a gimmick where I want stunts. And I'm not saying I want them to get seriously injured. I'm not saying that. If they don't do any stunts, you know what? As long as they tell a good story, I don't mind. But my expectations are very high, and I'm looking forward to this match. Out of the three main events being Dean Ambrose and Lesnar, Taker and Shane, and Triple H and Reigns, this is the match I'm looking forward to the most. I want to see how Shane is. I want to see how Taker is. I want to know who wins. They've got me intrigued. They got me curious. And our prediction, bold prediction, this could be one of the matches of the night. At least the best match out of the three main events. But that all comes down to what story do they tell. So that being said, that's going to wrap it up for the preview. I apologise it's not the longest of videos, but I'm just breaking down a previewing one goddamn match. Make sure to head over to pressing.me. Make sure to head over to KocoSports.net. That's KocoSports.net. It's where the world goes to cash over combat sports and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Enjoy the Hall of Fame tonight. Enjoy WrestleMania tomorrow. Stay safe, stay well. Have a great Saturday, and I'll be damn sure catching your asses down the line.